My Lord, we all were of the view that now that the second petitioner has been found that it was a habeas corpus application, this matter must necessarily come to a close. But we thought that time I did as an officer of the court that his side of the story be heard, because it's important that the court and the public do understand the genesis of this matter and why it took the course it did. He has, pursuant to the court's directions, filed an affidavit sworn on the 5th of August this year, in which he explains the circumstances that drove him into hiding incommunicado.
When is the affidavit sworn?
Sorry?
When is the affidavit sworn?
On the 5th, it's dated the
5th of August.
5th of August, sworn on the 5th of August.
That affidavit has been served?
It was, I believe so. It was served. Mr. Mola confirmed that it was served on all concerned.
Yes.
And he says that while out of his house on an errand, he learned that the police had broken into, or rather opened without his permission, his house, searched it, and had even changed the locks. So literally it was their house, not his house. And he details why he went into hiding without a phone, and we all know the role phones play in locating people. So he went without his phone, did not communicate with his family, his mother or anybody, and did not know there was a case in court. When he surfaced due to his poor living conditions and got a phone to call his cousin, he learned of this case, and that's how he came out. And it does indicate, because of the previous incidents of police abductions, he feared. He says in paragraph 16 that he contemplated going back, but he feared likely abduction, torture, killing, or disappearance, and went into hiding to preserve his life. So without reading the whole affidavit, which is available for reference, those are the circumstances. And he annexes the affidavit of his mom, Margaret Rukwaro, it's Annexure 3, who also gives the circumstances in which he sought the help of the Law Society of Kenya when his son went missing. He was in a state of distress, mentally broken, psychologically, she was in a state of distress. And he also describes her son when she came from custody, from hiding, broken, physically distressed and psychologically tortured by the circumstances. So in other words, in a nutshell, the mother of Ndiangui, when going to the Law Society, had reasonable apprehension, which any mother acted the way any mother or reasonable parent would. And also the second petitioner, by going into hiding, the way he relates in his affidavit, it was the way any reasonable person would answer. And I'm asking the court to take judicial notice that pending before these courts, there are various petitions of people who have disappeared, have not surfaced. People who have disappeared, turned up dead. I know of one case, E17 of 2024, 714 of 2024, in which, again, I was appearing alongside the Law Society, and in which the Law Society had named me as an interested party. And therefore, I was participating as a party. So I'm asking the court if the court so deems it proper to close this file, to close it with the understanding that the circumstances in which the second petitioner and his family reacted were circumstances in which any reasonable person would react just the way they reacted to preserve life. And therefore, to give them that indulgence. We want to thank the court because it gave protective orders. We have had cases of abuse of powers of arrest. The second petitioner has since presented himself to the DCI in company of one of his lawyers, Mr. Wahome, was questioned extensively. His properties, especially electronic gadgets, listed in this case as exhibits from and admitted to have been taken away by the officers who searched his house. We have had occasion to refer to them, are still in police custody. And police have not since then asked the court's permission to go through them, because they need the court's permission once they recover. So we are urging, as the court terminates this case, police be ordered to return those gadgets and to desist from harassing the petitioner, the second petitioner. Being a law-abiding citizen, anytime they require him, he will be available. And he has a fixed address, care of his lawyers. So I do hope my learned junior, Mr. Marrow, will be confirming, undertaking that there will be no harassment in the form of arrests over this very same matter for which he has recorded a statement.
I cannot confirm that.
Nimemaliza, you can respond fully. I've finished.